Hi, my name is Steve.
My name is Will.
We are Fallen Riviera. We're here at the 2012 Namm with Music Connection, and we're here today at the GHS booth, which we're proudly endorsed by.
This is called the MIDI Raider. As you can see, it's a very sophisticated MIDI foot controller. You can control all your guitar processing. You can actually control your lighting, do any sort of thing, control things real time. On the back, it has inputs for 2 expression pedals, so you can control a rate of your chorus or amount of distortion on your effects.
Did you say that this can control your lighting, like stage lighting? And can you do that with the original All Access as well? See, I wish I would have known that.
And now, the old product was an $1,100 unit. This is now a $600 unit.
We are at Diodario.
This is our new American Stage Series cable. It's our new line, made in the USA. The cable is made in the US. The plugs are our design, made by Neutrik. We actually have a new patented geotip which fits into all guitars with a really nice snap. The cable, you don't have to worry about the cable falling out, makes a really strong connection. And we actually have a new soldering technique which actually gives 180 degrees of soldering of the connections, where we did pull test and actually the cable will break before the solder connection breaks.
That's fantastic. So you are happy to promote swinging from cables on stage?
I don't know if I promote it, but if you want to go for it, you know, have fun.
So Rob says be a monkey on stage at Diodario.
All right, we're here with Greg from Avid, and he's about to talk to us about our new product line with Pro Tools, correct?
Absolutely. We've launched Pro Tools 10 a couple months ago. For those of you who don't know, it's a really exponential leap forward. So the first we've actually got a brand new plugin called the Channel Strip. Channel Strip is basically a really amazing EQ, compressor, expander gate. It's got a sidechain feature built in. You'll see here I've got a system usage meter on here, and we have a brand new feature called disc caching. If you're a Pro Tools 10 HD user or a Pro Tools 10 user with a the Complete Production Toolkit, you have access to this feature. What you're able to do now is actually take all your audio in a session and have it reside in your physical RAM. So you can actually go into your settings and tell Pro Tools how much RAM you'd like to use for your disc caching. It makes things really smooth. We also have what's now called clip gain editing. So how many times have you been in a session, you're working with a clip or a region, you're like, I just want to do a little volume control without having to really rock much automation? Now it's really simple. You just go right here, you see where that little icon is, and you can actually click on it, and you've got a fader that you can actually go ahead and write that automation or that write that editing in real time.
I got Blake from Between the Buried and Me. First of all, I've got a compliment on your hat.
Oh yeah?
You're very stylish man. What are you up to now today?
Just hanging out, really. Me and Dusty are doing a couple signings, hanging out, checking out all the new gear for 2012.
So tell us a little more about being a musician at Namm. What can you get out of being around?
It's kind of cool because it's like a it's sort of a networking opportunity, and you get to meet a lot of cool musicians that you probably never would have. Like the last time I came, I got to meet Vic Firth, like the guy. You know, it's like I never thought I'd meet him. I got to meet Buddy Rich's kid and just little things like that. It's kind of cool.
Pretty much bring yourself as a musician, sell yourself, and pretty much see what you can get out of it.
I'm really bad at the selling myself part, but I just kind of lurk around in the background and kind of lurk on dudes that I think are really awesome.
We're here with Matt from Freesonus.
Well, with our Studio Live line of mixers, we have a new update. And for anyone that owns a Studio Live, these new updates are free. And we have apps for the iPad and the iPhone and iPod Touch that are also free. And what these apps allow you to do is when you're in the Setup tab of our software, your remote devices show up in this list. And right here, the front of house person who has control of all of this can set the permissions for each device. If I have an aux mix that I'm assigned to, I can only affect my mix. So, for instance, with the iPad, a lot of people use those for front of house control. They walk around and do their wireless setup for their mix. And if you have that permission set, you can do that. You can set your faders, your fat channel, GEQ, everything that you need to set. And then when your band shows up and they have one of these with this app installed, you set which aux you want them to have their in-ear monitor, their wedge monitor mix on.
Your personal monitor mix.
Personal monitor mix. So that person, as you can see, only the aux that I have permission to touch is highlighted, and I can't touch anybody else's mix but mine. So I have aux 2. So if you're looking at aux 2 on the board, you want to get a shot of this over here. So I can show you that when I change my levels, they change on the board. I'm doing my own mix right now. See that?
Well, sure is excited to be introducing a couple of really great new products here at NAMM 2012. The first one is the new ULXD digital wireless system. So anybody who's been using wireless for any length of time knows that it's getting tougher and tougher to find clear TV channels to use. So the new ULXD digital system offers incredibly transparent digital audio quality, but on top of that, it's very spectrum efficient. So you can get 14 of these to work in a single empty TV channel. We've also gone to a lithium-ion rechargeable battery. On the transmitter and on the receiver, instead of just a little bar graph, it gives you actual time remaining in hours and minutes. So you know exactly how much time you've got before you need the next recharge.
So no more silent singing.
No.
So we are at the Apogee booth with Cody. Thanks for your time, Cody. What's going on with Mike?
So basically, you are looking at Mic. This is its first time out in the wild. Mic by Apogee. It is actually the world's first condenser mic, cardioid mic that runs digitally into iOS devices. So this is actually the first time you've been able to get unbelievably high quality studio recording, with a microphone on your iPad or your iPhone. We have it right here. A couple features I'll point out to you. First off, it actually, because I said it's running it digitally, that means it's got Apogee converters built into it. So you sing in, takes your analog waveform, converts it to digital here, runs digitally out and into the 30 pin of your iPhone or your iPad. Also comes with a cable to connect it to your Mac though, so pretty much across the board you can connect to any Apple product that you'd like to. Because it has converters in it, also gives you the ability to, right here along the side of mic, control the gain. So as you're singing, you can be looking at the LED which will light up. You can see it lit up here on the unit that's connected to the iPad. And as you're singing, you can see the LED is actually responding to the level of the input. So I can actually adjust my gain level here while I'm looking at it. Really simple without having to go into the software and everything. Sound quality is just absolutely second to none. Also, when you purchase mic, it's going to come with this nice little tripod.
So here we are at Casio. We've got Tom here. What do we have here? Looks like you're experimenting.
The new XWP1 performance synthesizer. It will be available in March of this year. All right, there's a number of features on this synth. One being the solo synthesizer. That is a monophonic synth that is made up of 6 different parts. 2 analog waves, 2 digital waves, also a noise generator, and you can feed in a line, either a microphone or a guitar, to actually add to that sound. So there's a lot of real-time control. Also, there's a lot of really fat, thick bass sounds. All right. So that's one aspect, the solo synth. Another is called hex layer. You can layer 6 separate sounds to create one humongous sound, and that's polyphonic. Orchestral things, where depending on how hard you play the keyboard, it brings in different elements. Then we have the drawbar organ, and also rotary simulator. Then we have 400 straight up gig ready sounds. There's also an arpeggiator. This one is $6.99, and the other one, the Groove Synth, is $7.99.
Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Show me a woman that a man can trust.